Welcome into All Things LA Real Estate. My name is PK Knoll. I am running point on this channel. This is your Altadena January real estate update. Happy New Year to everybody out there. Altadena is a beautiful neighborhood. It sits just north of Pasadena. In my opinion, it is a good alternative for those of you who are trying to purchase in Pasadena. With the high ticket price in Altadena, you get a little bit of relief in Altadena and some affordability aspects there. Not the cheapest neighborhood on the east side compared to any other spot, but if you want to kind of get into that kind of upper West Valley area, Altadena might be a good outlet for you. We're going to break everything down. We'll look at the current numbers. We'll do some month over month. We'll peek at some year over year. We'll break everything down. Let's go. In all reality, 2023 was not a good year in the real estate industry, right? We dealt with, north of 7% interest rates the entire time. Inventory stayed extremely low. A lot of that is due to the fact that people have such good interest rates, nearly 80% under 6. So many people under 4, 5, and even 3 because of what we dealt with back in 2021. And we paid the price, obviously, in every regards there. There is a better sentiment moving into 2024. The anticipation is that we will see rates come down as we progress over the next 6, 12, 18 months. Don't push the envelope on there. My anticipation is we don't start to see those things come available until probably mid-year, but we are optimistic that we will slowly trend back to a normalcy when it comes to the real estate market. Altadena, 19 homes available for sale currently out in the neighborhood. That is down 40% from what we saw in 2023. That is crazy because an inventory in 2023 was already bad. We saw consistently in Altadena homes available for sale over 30. Now we are down under 20. Some of that is logical because in January we have a little bit of slow progression to get things back going. Not a lot of people are going through all the things that go into preparing to sell your home over the month of December because of the holidays, kids are home for school. So we kind of can anticipate that. But it was a big drop off compared to all of the 2023. We're hoping come February, March, April, May, we start to see that number jump drastically. The minimum price to get in the neighborhood right now, $786,000. Maximum price, $3.498 million. We all know that home if you're somebody who follows along with this channel month over month. If you want to get some information as far as the top dog in the neighborhood goes, go back to the October real estate update for Altadena. Go to the end of the video. Look for top listing above me. I break down all the finances. I show you the picture, give you an opinion on that home. So if you want to take a quick look at that. Average price available for sale in Altadena right now is $1.532, $741. Typically, we're at 1.7 to 1.8. But for the last 3 months, we have seen this number dip into the 1.5 range, which if I'm a home buyer, maybe gives me some optimism that there's some value out in the neighborhood. Median price right now, $1.182,500. I'm going to be breaking down the median price as well as the average price consistently this year because you get outliers that obviously jump that price. But this is where the kind of value comes in because Altadena sits just off the north side of Pasadena, where the median price in Pasadena right now is $1.947. So nearly an $800K value saved from a median perspective if you just move up a couple miles north to Altadena. And that's why I think if you're somebody who's adamant you want to live in Pasadena, and I get it, Pasadena is in my top 5 in all of Los Angeles, regardless if it's east side. But you can just move a couple miles north up to Altadena. There's some great neighborhoods up there, some good value, and you might get 20, 30, 50% relief as far as the cost of the homes up there. Average days on market is 64. That is up 20 days. What we have seen in December, November, October out in Altadena. Drops are coming. So what happens once you get north of 60 days? The home sellers start to lose their patience. No one wants to list their price and not accept an offer for 2 months. So really one of the main tools, the only tool, unless you got an agent who's going to really go out and do some additive marketing, which most of them don't, you've got to lower the price of the home. Otherwise, there's nothing else that's going to attract new individuals to that property. So when we get to 60 mark, that's kind of the telltale sign. We'll keep our eye on it come February, but hopefully we get a bunch of new inventory, which will bring that number down. But the homes, the 19 homes that are still sitting on the market, I anticipate some of those are going to start to see price drops as we move over the next 30 to 60 days if they don't get the offers they want. We take a quick peek into January of 2023. 9 homes sold at 102% clip. So on average, 2% above that list price. We probably have a tough time getting back to that number from a year-over-year perspective, but we break this stuff down every month. Subscribe to the channel. In the February update for Altadena, I'll tell you exactly how that breaks down. But let's go see how things closed out in December in Altadena. When making real estate projections, obviously long-term understanding of the numbers and what's going on in the market is very important. But if I'm somebody who's trying to buy now, I want to see what just happened last month, because what's most relevant is what's most recent. It gives me some insight as far as where I need to come in with my offers and what's going down in the neighborhood, right? So in Altadena in December, we had 20 homes sell at 106% clip. If you're somebody who's been following along consistently with these Altadena updates, you see that 106% number consistently. It's been 106, 107, maybe 108, but 106 is kind of that golden number. And what that number tells me is twofold. If I'm a homeowner, it's one of the metrics I can keep my eye on to know if I'm getting appreciation on my house, right? Because a list price is typically going to be, if sufficiently done, what my home is valued by the market based off previous sales, comparative market analysis, different types of analysis tools. You have a good agent, you're going to correctly price your home. So when it's selling 6% over, you know there's some demand in the neighborhood. If I'm a home buyer and I see month over month consistently these homes selling 6% above the list price, I know that I'm probably going to have to come in for a desirable home, especially one that just hit the market, at 6% above that list price. So if the home's $1 million, I know I got to put $60K on top of it to assume that I have a chance of my offer being accepted. So definitely keep your eye on that. It's definitely a great tool to kind of give you a basis point when you're kind of coming in blind and you're not getting a lot of, information from the listing agent as far as kind of where the marks are at. Minimum price sold in December was $905K. So we only had one home sell of the 20 under $1 million. Pretty typical. Not a lot of low ticket items in Altadena. You're not going to get a home below $700K unless it's complete fixer, complete rebuild. So just kind of keep that in mind. But if you're a homeowner, if you're somebody who's moving in the neighborhood, having a high floor for the neighborhood is good for home values. It's good for a lot of things. Maximum price, we had a home sell for $5.123 million, which is a good sign. The $5 million plus market in the Los Angeles area has taken a huge hit with some of the tax changes we have seen. So it's always nice to see a number there. Going to go on a limb and say that was a cash buyer. Not a lot of people financing a home over $5 million. Average price sold last month, $1.7455. Outlier, obviously, with that $5 million house. That's why the median price number is important to us, which was 1.36 in December in Altadena. Another reference to Pasadena and some value. They were at 1.46, so you get about 100K relief as far as the median price in the neighborhoods. Once again, if you're looking in Pasadena, take a peek into Altadena. If you need some help looking, reach out to me, reach out to somebody. Even if you start working with an agent, a buyer's agent, it does not mean you're going to make an offer that you don't want to make. It costs you no money. You get some professional help. And as far as how the real estate game works right now, it never costs you anything. You're purchasing the house, the listing, the seller pays the agents. Obviously, there's a huge case going out in Missouri right now that could change that. But for now, take advantage and get with an agent. Days on market for the homes that sold, 31, little high. Not too worried about that. Stays in that 15 to 35 day pocket, which we always kind of look for. Taking a quick peek into what happened at the end of 2022 in December, we had 25 homes sell at 100% clip. So on average, right at that list price, but that is a 20% decline year over year in Altadena. 20, 30% declines year over year has happened throughout the east side, throughout Altadena, throughout 2023. So it's not something we're going to get overly stressed about. We're hoping as we start to compare things to 2023 from a 2024 perspective, we can start having some positive momentum from a year-over-year perspective, get some more transactions rolling, but I think it'll take a couple months before we see those progressions. We are not getting into homes that have caught my eye. For those of you who follow along, it's usually most people's favorite segment as we break down a few homes. I find you some value. We get into all the finances as far as a few homes on the market go, but we just don't have the new inventory currently, and it's going to be a very repetitive segment. So we're going to ship it until next month. We'll be right back at it come February. So definitely, stay tuned for that, but we'll get it going. Thank you so much for watching the video. We do this every single month for almost every neighborhood on the east side. We're doing Pasadena, Silver Lake, Eagle Rock, Highland Park, Glendale, La Cañada, El Sereno, Cypress Park. The list goes on and on. So like and subscribe to the channel if you are so inclined. If you're somebody who's looking to purchase a home on the east side of Los Angeles or sell your home, I am happy to help out with you. Reach out to me. You can send me a direct message online, or all of my phone numbers are listed. Even if you're somebody who's hesitant with 7% interest rates, that puts us in the same boat. It always helps to start preparing for future opportunities because you don't want to miss the boat there. We will tread lightly. We will look for value. We will get it done. I also do a ton of other videos. I get into the schools. I get into, the restaurants in the neighborhood. I get into the attractions in the neighborhood. I do some other fun videos like Quick Cribs. So once again, like and subscribe if you are so inclined. Have a great day. Be kind.
Yeah.